So what you're about to see on screen here now in just a couple of seconds is Bob Arum's latest IFL interview, okay? And during this interview, he is saying that his insider in kind of the world of boxing, or the world of PBC, I should say, has heard that Errol Spence's injuries are far worse than they were initially being reported by PBC. Obviously, PBC were reporting that Errol Spence had no broken bones. He just had a couple of, issues with his teeth more so than anything else. Obviously, the DUI was kind of the major kind of, issue that Errol Spence had. But Bob Arum is saying that he's heard basically reports that Errol Spence won't be making a return to the ring in the immediate future. And he's pretty much shut down the prospect of Crawford versus Spence because he feels as though Spence is almost gone at this stage with regards to the injuries that he sustained from that car crash. Now, obviously, when news of that first broke, everyone's initial reaction was, let's hope Errol Spence is okay, let's hope he pulls through. It wasn't even, what are going to be the extent of his injuries. When you hear of a guy crashing a Ferrari at high speeds, being thrown from the car as well, you immediately start fearing the worst. So obviously, having heard that Spence was okay and that, he was, awake, talking to his family, which was brilliant news for everyone to hear, that he was okay in that sense. You were hearing reports that, he'd be back in the ring in spring, this, that, and the other. Just reports that everything was almost good, almost seemingly good. Now, I seen the CCTV footage of the car crash, as I think most people would have. And I've said myself that, I'm a bit of a car nut. I love motor racing. I love cars, something outside of boxing that I love. And I've seen more than my fair share of, accidents. I've seen, people get injured in crashes. And when I saw that crash and I heard that he hadn't sustained any serious injuries, I was amazed. I was beyond amazed, because a crash like that, as violent a crash like that, I thought there's no way in hell Spence has just escaped from that with no serious injuries. No serious injuries anyway. And we've obviously seen the mugshot of Errol Spence, because obviously it was a DUI, or DWI as it's called in the States. So obviously he had to go and get the mugshot and all that. And his left eye, I think, looks a bit strange. But I was watching Hatman's video on this, and shout out to Hatman. And he said that he's seen a picture of Errol Spence, and it was either his left or his right hand. It just looked bizarre. He had it kind of down by his hip, as Hatman said. But if you look at it, it just looked off. It looked like that hand was needed reconstruction, basically, and to me, I would well believe that Errol Spence's injuries are a lot more serious than initially thought. I know I done a video about Errol Spence posting a worrying tweet there a little while ago, and I can't remember what it was. He said something to the effect of a black screen, very small writing to the effect of, why bother, or something like that, something to that extent. Now, originally when I saw that, my first reaction was, this doesn't look good, because it looks to me that these injuries are more severe, and that maybe Errol Spence won't be making a return anytime soon. And if he does, how long will it be, and will it take away from him? Because something, a crash like that was a violent crash. That was a violent crash. There's got to be some residual trauma, mental trauma from that, because that's a bewildering experience, having an accident like that, especially, as I said, as violent as that. That's got to be a deeply traumatic experience, for anybody. It's not good. And, hearing these things about Errol Spence, the drink driving, the drinking too much, turning up at press conferences drunk, it's not good. It's not good. And, I like Errol Spence as a fighter. I think he's entertaining. I hope we do get to see him in the ring again. But at the end of the day, I hope his health is more important than anything else. I hope he's healthy, and, as long as he lives to fight another day is the most important thing. I know he's not got we've no fears of him, dropping dead or anything like that, hopefully. But I hope the injuries he has are not that severe. But hearing these things, hearing these reports, I'd well believe that Errol Spence's injuries are worse than PBC are reporting. Definitely. I definitely believe that. But like I said, I've no insight on it. I'm just going on what Bob Arum said and just what I've seen with my own two eyes. Seeing that crash as it was, that was a bad crash, man. Bad crash. So those are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. Share it if you can. It helps out this channel a lot. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. And as always, I will talk to you after.